Good afternoon. Welcome to our class today. We'll be making chocolate cake. Our chocolate cake is by Yummy and Melt. So you're going to see it out. We're going to measure 2 cups of flour. I use your cup. This is 1 cup of flour. And to measure your sugar, this is how I'm doing it. So I'll show you how to do it. So we're using 2 cups of sugar. So here's 1 cup of sugar. I'll measure the second one now. So here's it, 2 cups of sugar. So that's the same way you're going to measure your flour. I've already measured my flour already. So here, this is the 2 cups of flour I'm using, and this is the sugar. So and in here we have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Same goes with baking powder. 1/2, 1.5 each for it. So I'm going to pour it into the dry ingredient, that is the flour. I've done that. And for your cocoa powder, you're going to measure. For your cocoa powder, you'll be needing 2/3 cup of cocoa powder. To get your 2/3 cups of baking powder, we'll do it like this way. You measure your cocoa powder 1/2, 3 times. This cocoa powder. You measure it, and I'm going to sieve it into the dry ingredient. That is the flour and all that. The flour, baking powder, baking soda, and sugar, and salt. So 3 of these. 3 cups. That is 1/4, 3 times. Or you use 1/2 plus 1/4. That will give you the measurement for your cocoa powder. So we're going to sieve that and keep it aside. So as you can see, I'm sieving the cocoa powder into the dry ingredients, flour and all. I'll sieve it very well because of some problems. As you can see, I got some. So it's very important to sieve your flour all the time. So I'm going to mix it together. That is the dry ingredients. I'm mixing it in the dry ingredients, as you can see. The flour, baking powder, and all that. So I'll mix them together. See, I'm using this spoon so you can see whatever I'm doing in here. So these are 2 cups of sugar. I'll be pouring the 2 cups of sugar into the dry ingredients. And I've already measured here. In here is 1/2 cup of oil. So I'll be adding 1/4 cup. Make sure you check the list I'm giving you. The recipe measurements. It's very important. So this completes the measurement for the oil. This chocolate cake is oil-based chocolate. Yeah, oil-based chocolate cake. So we'll be needing 2 eggs too. Here's the 2 eggs we'll be needing. 2 eggs. So 2 eggs, yeah. And a cup of milk. Make sure your milk is in the right temperature, room temperature, not cold. So in here, I have a cup of milk. So I'll be pouring in the milk into the dry ingredients, then the groundnut oil. That is vegetable oil. It's good to use vegetable oil of your choice, or any oil at all, as long as it's nice. It can be anyone. So these are 2 eggs we'll be putting in. Our 2 eggs. You can use mixer for this actually, but I want to use whisk here. If you're using the mixer, make sure you mix it for a short while, not long. Everything should be within 2 minutes because chocolate cake doesn't need over mixing. To have your perfect chocolate cake, you don't need to over mix your chocolate cake. So I'm going to mix this together carefully. I'll mix it very well, gently with my whisk. So if you're using your mixer, you'll be able to use it for a few minutes. Just make sure you put everything like this and mix for 3 minutes on low speed. Make sure you use low speed. It's important. So after I mix this together, I'll be adding a cup of hot water. 1 cup of boiling hot water to it. So I also drop a note. Make sure you go through the notes. If you don't understand anything, you can feel free to ask me a question on what you don't understand. So let me be right back. Let me get the hot water I'll be pouring in. So this is our cup of hot water to eat. Make sure you add a cup of boiling hot water so you can mix everything together. Chocolate cake doesn't need to be over mixed. That's why it's advisable to use your whisk or low speed of mixing with the mixer. Make sure you stir it very well so you don't see any flux. The best chocolate cake you ever see. Like, it's super yummy and soft. It melts in the mouth too, so make sure you try it out. Everyone loves this chocolate cake. You can actually add a drop of coffee. Yeah, put a teaspoon of coffee into hot water, then pour it into it if you want. That is optional too. But I'll be adding a teaspoon of vanilla flavor. You can also add a teaspoon of vanilla flavor and a teaspoon of chocolate flavor. That is going to be very nice. A teaspoon of chocolate flavor, a teaspoon of coffee, that is powdered coffee mixed with hot water, a teaspoon, and a teaspoon of vanilla flavor. So this is a teaspoon of vanilla flavor. If you have chocolate, optional, you can put a chocolate flavor, that is optional. So stir it very well. I'm already preheating my oven. My oven is on right now. So once I'm done mixing it, I'll put it in the oven to bake for 45 to 50 minutes until your toothpick comes out clean. You put a toothpick after 30 minutes. After 40 minutes or 35 minutes, once you notice that a little changes, that the cake is ready or something, just check it out. Then that will be okay for it. So this is how I'll be doing it. You can see our chocolate cake. Our chocolate cake is ready. So in here we are back. So to measure your batter, you can use a measurement like your discharge scale to measure it, to have equal sizes of pans you want to use. So this portion is going to give us size 7 pan 2. Yeah, but I'm using size 8 pan here, so it's going to give me one size 8 pan. Though I'm not pouring in everything inside, just a little. So I'm pouring some of the butter into here, and I'll put some in my pan. Yeah, I'll pour some of it into this foil plates. So this is it. I've got a foil plate. So as you can see, our chocolate cake is ready to be baked. Don't forget, if you're using a low pan, it's going to give you a size 8 pan and size 7 pan. If you're using, depending on the pan you're using, the height of your pan, yeah, if your pan is low, it's going to give you a size 8 and a size 7. Or a 2 size 7, double. So here it is ready. So I'm taking it to the oven right now. As I said earlier, the oven has been on for about 15 minutes now. So I'll just start baking them. We'll see back when it's ready. I'll come and show you how it looks, the final look of it. As you can see, I just placed into the oven. So after 45 minutes, I'll come and check it. So depending on the oven you're using, so I'm going to set the time now for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Hello, so we are back and our cake is ready. Can you see the foil cake? This is how it looks after 40 minutes. I put in the toothpicks and it comes out clean. So you see there's no stain when it is ready. And here's the big one, the size 8 pan. It's very hot right now. I just brought it out from the oven. It's well baked. The toothpick came out clean from it too, like this. so it's clean. So I'm going to cover it immediately with a foil paper to retain the heat till it's cold, or till I'm ready to put it in the freezer. So our cake is ready. See you in our next class. Feel free to ask us questions. We have different online classes. Anything you want to learn, feel free to ask us. We are ready for you.